Students, today I am going to explain you the sixth chapter, India, the climatic conditions. And the topic we are going to study is the mechanism of monsoons. Okay, how is the monsoon occurs, or what are the reasons behind that monsoons occurs at any place? Okay, the term this monsoon has been derived from the Arabic word mosim. Is it? Hindi we call mosam, and in Malayalam word it is known as monsoon. Its meaning means season. Okay, and the monsoons are seasonal winds also. They change their direction of flow with the change of season. Okay, so the monsoon winds blow mostly from sea to land during summer season, means rainy season, and from land to sea during winter season. Okay, because during summer season the pressure on the water is higher, is it? So they blow from summer to land, and in winter season the pressure on land is higher, so they blow from land to sea. Okay, the monsoon winds are characterized by complete reversal in the direction of prevailing winds between January and July over whole Indian subcontinent. Okay, prevailing winds means the permanent winds which blow in a definite or particular direction throughout the year, and monsoon winds mostly change their direction twice. Once from summer they blow from June to September from sea to land, and during winter season they blow from October to January onwards from land to sea. Several proofs or mechanism or attempts have been done by different scientists that how to explain the mechanism of monsoon, but no satisfactory explanation is available till now. Okay, in AD 1686, Halley, an Englishman was there who had said, or he was having some view about the monsoon, that it is caused by differential heating of land and sea. Is it? So due to contrast in the atmospheric pressure, the winds which develops a wind and that blow from sea to land, because you know that during daytime land get insolation and it become heated, so pressure on the land is less, and at night water takes time to heat, so it takes at night pressure on the land is more, so the winds blow from sea to land. But different concept he gave about summer and winter monsoon. This concept was mostly dominated about for 3 centuries. What was that? The mostly monsoon do not develop equally everywhere, and Halley's thermal concept fails to explain the intricacies of the monsoon, exact the process of the monsoon. Okay, it is right that everywhere it is not developing equally. Secondly, beside differential heating, means land get heated in daytime, then at night sea water get cool. So due to this differential heating, monsoon is also influenced or affected by the shape of continent. Relief features means different landforms, maybe some mountains, hills, these are the maybe affected them, and the condition of air circulation, upper air circulation in the upper troposphere. Okay, so this was some views given by Halley, an Englishman. But nowadays the modern theories are given based on air masses and jet stream. These are becoming more relevant. Let us first see what is the air mass theory. Is it? You can see the picture here or the image, the monsoon system over South Asia. See, southeast trade winds in the southern hemisphere and northeast trade winds from in the northern hemisphere, when they both meet each other near the equator, then that meeting place is called as intertropical convergence zone, and this region is of ascending air, maximum clouds and heavy rainfall. Why like that? Because when the southeast trade wind and northeast trade wind, when they both come and meet here near the equator, you know the temperature is so much higher, because it get direct rays of sun throughout the year, and when these winds come here they get heated. When they get heated they become lighter, they rise up. As these rise up, or the air ascend up, they reach to a certain height, and you know water bodies near the equator, they form more moisture here, so it form more clouds, and more clouds means heavy rainfall occur here. And ITCZ, this intertropical convergence zones, mostly it is said that shift north and south of the equator with the change of season. Okay, we had studied mostly about the inclination of the during summer season, northern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun. With the apparent migration of sun northward, ITCZ shift northward, and during winter southern hemisphere is inclined towards sun, so ITCZ shift southward, southwest. Okay, so the southeast trade winds cross the equator and it blow in the south, mostly in the southwest direction, and after southwest to northeast under the influence of Coriolis force. Why this direction get changed? From southeast winds cross the equator and then starts blowing to the southwest, Due to the Coriolis force we had studied, is it? Due to Earth's rotation, winds change their directions and it start blowing from southwest to northeast with a lot of moisture. So this displaced trade winds. Trade wind got changed. Instead of trade wind, it has become southwest monsoon wind. These displaced trade winds are called southwest monsoon winds. Is it? It means the winds was blowing from southeast side, the trade winds. When they cross the equator, due to rotation of the earth, winds change their directions. So they start moving to the southwest. From southwest, it pick up the lot of moisture and start going to the northeast. And this direction was deflected due to Coriolis force. And this displaced trade winds, which was blowing as a trade, now it is known as southwest monsoon. So this is all about air mass theory. Okay.